Northern Nigerian group withdraws support for rotational presidency, accuses President Tinubu of short-changing regions. Hello viewers and welcome to InfoGist TV. Addressing journalists on the new move, the president of the group, Senator Ahmad Abubakar, alleged that Northern Nigeria was changed by the Tinubu's administration despite its numerical strength to determine the political directions and the leadership of the country. A socio-political group, Arewa New Agenda, has emerged with a focus on repositioning the northern region as a dominant force in Nigeria. The Arewa New Agenda, in a meeting in Yola, the Adamawa state capital, declared its opposing stance on the rotational presidency, alluding to President Bola Tinubu. "It is my turn," comment before the 2023 election. Addressing journalists on the new move, the president of the group, Senator Ahmed Abubakar, alleged that the northern Nigeria was shortchanged by Tinubu's administration despite its numerical strength to determine the political directions and the leadership of the country. Now, according to him, President Bola Tinubu had abandoned the north, which gave him the bulk of the ballots that brought him to power. He also lamented that despite its rich endowment with both human and natural resources, the region has been plagued with the multiple challenges of poverty, illiteracy, and insecurity. Ahmed Abubakar Molayidi boasted that the Arewa goal is to right the wrongs of the past by mobilizing the younger generations of Northerners in particular, to confront the region's myriad of challenges. He said in his words, "Everybody knows that here in northern Nigeria we have a lot of problems. So our focus, even before the elections, was that what is in it for the northern Nigeria? What do the northern Nigeria have?" Of course, when the All Progressive Congress was formed, everybody endorsed General Muhammadu Buhari from the north. The other part of the country, especially the southwest, which came to form the alliance, asked for a lot of things, which were granted, one of which was power shift to the south rather. Now that the power is there, what is in it for the north? This is what I and my colleagues have been asking, but we could not get an answer to that question. So we decided we shouldn't just sit back to continue in a turn-by-turn presidential system. Turn by turn doesn't make sense. Turn by turn is not democracy. You know that. You are not just shifting the mantle of leadership, not that you are doing democracy. You are just shifting the mantle. And you also know that whatever form of government you have, you know that people must have dividends of that form of government. This is what the Arewa New Agenda is trying to project. That in this government now, what is in it for us in the north? But we were not given an answer, of course. You know that the bulk of what forms any government in Nigeria, not just the All Progressive Congress, 7% of it is from the north. The Molayidi further averred that the Arewa, also known as the ANA, was poisoned to proposition the north to redefine its status as a dominant player in the country. We have to take our own destiny in our own hands. We all are not going to beg. We are all harnessed into agricultural potentials, livestock and other natural resources found deposited in all the states of the north, he added. The Arewa group was formed by notable northerners consisting of political elites, the technocrats in the rank of the former head of service of the Federation, Yayala Ahmed, the Senator Jonathan Silas Zingwa, among others. Reacting to these developments, a chieftain of the All Progressive Congress (APC) in Niger State, Honorable Jonathan Vatsa, says recent movement by persons in the northern part of Nigeria wanting to appropriate presidency to the north alone is daydreaming taken too far. Honorable Vasta lambasted the Northern Socio-Cultural Group that has called for an end to the rotational presidency. He asserted that they calculated that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu would die while in office. The All Progressive Congress chieftain made the condemnation while speaking with some newsmen in Minna, capital city of Niger State. Honorable Vasta recalled that the group, under the auspices of Arewa New Agenda (ANA), had in a meeting held in Yola, Adamawa State capital, declared its opposition to the Rotational presidency in Nigeria. The group's president, Senator Ahmed Abubakar Molayidi, had addressed newsmen and alleged that northern Nigeria was shortchanged by the Tinubu's-led administration. He also argued that despite the numerical strength of the North to determine the political directions and the leadership of the country, it supported President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. With this their call, the Igbo man must test the presidency and Bola Tinubu must do his term of 8 years before that can take place. Then we will agree on whether there should be rotation or not. And if these two events take place, everybody can go. But Honorable Vasta explained their recent outpost. Honorable Vasta, who was a former commissioner for Information, Culture and Tourism, said, "You cannot shift the goal post in the middle of the game because it does not favor you." The reason the North wanted a Muslim ticket was that by their calculation they had concluded that Asiwaju, who is the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, would die in the office and the northern Muslim, Tinubu's vice, would take over. That was the genesis behind the Muslim ticket, and they promoted it. But because Asiwaju's life is not in human beings' hands and God's time has not come for him, they are disappointed. Secondly, Asiwaju has returned and refused to be arm-twisted, and they are not comfortable with most of the things that he's doing and his policies today. Let us take a look at this critically. We should look at the presidents from the military and civilians that have ruled Nigeria from the northern extractions. Has the presidency translated to anything? Has poverty left the north? Even if you give them the presidency tomorrow, the north will still be poor because they are stealing the money and keeping it in individuals' pockets. They are there threatening that they have the number. Which north are they referring to? Is it geographical north or the one that is already in disarray, being ravaged by bandits? There are killings in Zafara, there are killings in Katsina and other places every day. Well, in his words, I have a feeling they are just trying to get attention. My advice is that they should get ready because the rains have started coming. They should prepare to go to farm. Igbo man must be president after Tinubu's 8 years. No to northern rejection, rotational presidency.